time to roll.
Yeah, you got him?
Yeah!
This was more of kind of a side project, kind of request, New Zealand request kind of thing. It wasn't so much the plotting and scheming to build this back here. It kind of more came to us by opportunity. Remarks wanted to get something going, and Red Bull NZ was keen on trying to get something going, blowing a little budget for the cause. So yeah, I don't know, we came down here like 2 weeks ago and kind of found a spot to build something like this, and now we're here and it's here and we're gonna try to make it work. You know, it's kind of, you can't really hold your tongue in a situation like building something like this. You just gotta speak your mind, and it's not right, it's not right. You know, something like this is kind of a lot of high consequence if you screw up, and injuries are no fun. They put a ton of money and time, effort into doing this thing, and so, you know, we want to see that all their fruits and labor, or I guess all their all their hardships and labor, all the time and money they poured into this thing. You know, want to see it work out so everyone's happy in the end. You know, everyone's trying to get something done here. You know, like, you know, Red Bull's here just to kind of try to do something cool, promotions, support their athletes. We're here trying to film our movie that we've been working on for the last year and a half. That's it. That's all coming out August 08. Banger. And then you got Remarks that's trying to pump their mountain. You know, that is willing to do something special like this, never been done before. So, you know, it's a conglomeration.
The kind of basics of it, I guess, is from Travis Rice, who's sort of behind the whole kind of project. I guess he was the one that sort of came up with it, and the idea was that he wanted to build a backcountry kicker that was sort of big enough that you could get some good shots and good filming off, but also not massive enough that you're only going to hit it a couple of times and be scared of it, but just a perfect size that you're going to be able to get a good session with a good bunch of riders. And myself and Nate Kern were lucky enough to sort of get on the bandwagon, so to speak. You can see from the surroundings we're kind of in the middle of nowhere, and the resort itself has been so great to us that they've supplied cats and sleds, and I think there's a helicopter on its way for us to get up to the top of the inrun and stuff. So in that respect, it's so private that not any of the public can come along to watch it or anything like that. Well, if you think about it, in your average snowboard fun park, you've got maybe 3 or 4 different lines of kickers, all ranging from sort of like 2 meters to maybe 15 or 16, if not 20 in the bigger side. And this at the moment stands just short of 30 meters. So this is like a bit of a Whoppatron kicker compared to a lot of other park kickers you see around in different parks around the world. To see this sort of kicker, you want to be somewhere in the region of like an expert to a professional, really. You don't want to be coming up here or riding something like this size if you're like a beginner of sorts. I've competed in the odd competition, which I'm competing against global riders, like the Railstorms and stuff in the UK and whatnot, and the odd sort of TTR event. But I mean, this is, because it's so private and so enclosed, it's quite a big deal, really, to be perfectly honest. And for someone like me to be part of it, it's like, it's almost like, I guess, like a dream, I suppose, because the people that you're riding with, you know, it's not a competition, it's more of a session, so there's more of a laid-back atmosphere to it. When someone says Travis Rice to you, you think, oh my God. You know, and especially when you're involved, you think, oh my God, it's going to be massive, it's going to be huge. But, you know, you actually come up here and you see it, and now that they're reshaping the takeoff and the landing and whatnot, it has become a bit more friendly and to the eye. So I sort of am warming to it slowly. So hopefully, if the wind dies down, we'll be able to get a good session on it.
Definitely confidence is probably the biggest thing, in knowing you can do it, and obviously experience from, you know, hitting jumps like this in the past. And I guess it's just the experience. It's always fun to have a new challenge, so stepping up to it and, you know, getting a few tricks done is really rewarding.